I'm Senora and this is Arjun. We are travel bloggers and adventure enthusiasts. And this time, we explore the stunning Himalayan mountain ranges on a 5-day trek. The GHOREPANI, POONHILL, Ghandruk trek. Probably the most physically challenging, yet the most rewarding trek of our lives. And who better than Ram to lead us along this exciting journey? In the previous episode of this travel series, we began our journey. A 51 kilometers trail along the foot of the mighty Annapurna and Dhaulagiri mountain ranges. We passed through the most lush landscapes of forests, gushing streams, farmlands, and the most quaint villages. We even met some of the local people and devoured some of their traditional homemade meals, and eventually made our way to the village of Tikidunga, where we stopped over in a guest house for the night.
So it was a lovely night at Tikidunga with Mr. Milind at his guest house. Time to say bye to Tikidunga and make our way to GHOREPANI. Day 2 of the POONHILL GHOREPANI trek. Let's do it.
So today we set off on a trail of about 12.9 kilometers to get to the village of GHOREPANI, making an elevation gain of 1,394 meters. The reason why we trek to GHOREPANI is to reach the summit of our trek, the highest point of our trek at POONHILL, at an altitude of 3,210 meters.
Check out this waterfall. So our amazing guide Ram just warned us that the next 2 days of the GHOREPANI POONHILL trek are going to be the most challenging. Day 2 and 3 in particular. And what you're seeing here is just the beginning of a 3,000 steps. To be precise, 3,767 steps of just pure ascent. It's quite an uphill, quite a challenge, but I'm so pumped up for this, especially because it's so cold. So this is going to be a good warm-up. Let's get going. So it's like we're climbing these stone steps, massive rugged stone steps. It's quite challenging, especially when you're carrying a 55-liter backpack which weighs about 9 to 10 kilos. I never thought I would be able to do this, but this is a fun, exhausting challenge. How's it going?
Very tough.
Very tough. Hey, you see that? That's Annapurna South peeking out of the green hills. So beautiful. About 600 steps done, about 3,000 more to go. Just taking a little rest and soaking in the views. And we completed 3,000 steps.
Really?
Yes!
Oh my God.
But that does not mean that today's trek is over. We're going to have lunch and continue the rest of the trek to GHOREPANI post that. And we finally reach our lunch place. This is called lunch with a view. Hello. Hi. Benicia here has prepared some of the best tea for us that we've had in Nepal. And this is her secret ingredients. Some fresh cloves, cinnamon, grown in the local regions. So we're very close to reaching GHOREPANI. About 3 hours to get there. And this over here is a sign that we are now going to enter into a forest trail. 3 hours of trekking through dense forests. So, just 2 hours to go until we get to GHOREPANI. It's getting really dark right now. It's about 6 p.m. We're using Ram's headlights, but I am super exhausted. Like really exhausted. And every minute seems like it's an hour. Another 25 minutes to go. It's been one hell of a day. We can finally see some civilization. Some lights from a nearby village.
Hello.
Ah, we made it.
Yeah, we did it.
Some hot tea, a warm fireplace. What else do you need? So, it's the end of day 2. It's been a fun, adventurous, challenging, but most importantly, a rewarding day. And we're going to treat ourselves to some momos now. And we'll see you in day 3. So, beanie, scarf, layers, jacket, check, gloves, check. Most importantly, this headlight, check. We're already beginning to see the colors of the sunrise. It looks so gorgeous. Okay, you have to follow me. Come here. The sunrise views, and we haven't even reached the summit yet. Guess what? We're finally here. The POONHILL summit. We made it. Found this little tea stall here.
chapati with curry.
We really need to fuel ourselves because we have another 13 to 15 kilometers from GHOREPANI until we get to Thadapani, which is the next destination for the day. I'm excited for the views, but also kind of waiting to get to Thadapani and rest ourselves from all the trekking that we've been doing in the last 3 days. I think day 4 and 5 should be relatively easier, relatively. So I'm just gonna continue having my breakfast, some Nepali chai. Much needed. Much needed. You see these slopes? These slopes that go up. So Ram calls it the Nepali flat. This is the only flat land you're going to get in treks in Nepal. So earlier this morning, we were right there. That's the POONHILL summit. Unbelievable. We've definitely come a long way. So we are at Devika's guest house and she's made us this amazing feast of dal bhat thalis for us. But she's also surprised us with something very unique which we've never tried before. This is nettle soup?
Yes.
Nettle soup. And what do you call this in Nepali?
We call it in Sisnu.
Sisnu.
In Nepali, we call it Sisnu in Nepali.
This is the nettle soup. And nettle soup is actually made from nettle leaves. And we saw so many of them.
Yeah, we saw already on the way.
On the way, on our hike. So we saw so many of them. So this is going to be very interesting. And I'm going to do a taste test.
How is it?
It's good. It tastes very healthy. It tastes really healthy. It's nice and it's nice and thick. This is really good. Dhanyavad.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night. Bye. Say hi to my sister.
Hello. Good evening from Nepal. Himalaya is Nepal.
It's so crunchy. Little pleasures of life. I've fallen sick. Actually, I have been sick for the last couple of days, but you know, when I hike, I don't really realize it. But it's at the night time when the cold really gets to me. As much as fun this hike has been, it's been difficult in terms of dealing with the cold, especially because the living conditions here, be it in the guest houses or the little lodges that we've been staying at, they don't have heaters here, they don't have radiators here. The water in the washrooms are freezing cold. I honestly have a lot of respect and deep admiration for the people that we've met so far, the locals and the villagers living so high up in the mountains in these extreme weather conditions. It also reminds me to be grateful and count my blessings and the comforts that I have back at home. But today is the last day of our trek. It's the 5th day. It's going to be hard to say goodbye. It's going to be hard to say goodbye to even these difficult challenges.
The last day.
Hello, good morning once again.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
What are you doing?
Taking a sunbath.
So, as we're nearing the end of our trek, we're just making the most of every hour that's left, soaking in these magnificent views. And the sun is shining, it's warmth upon us. It's such a lovely end to this trek. I am so happy.
I like diving into the river.
We made it! So we are this close to Nepal, maybe like 3-4 kilometers, but Ram's friend is already here and he's come to pick us up. Back to where it all started from, back to Nepal. A full circle completed of the GHOREPANI POONHILL Gandruk trek. We crossed through mountains and jungles, the countryside, met some of the most amazing people on this trip. We are heading back home with loads and loads of wonderful memories.
Celebrating with some chai by the roadside.